The fact of the matter in life is that there are some things that are so terrible. And positivity nullifying, they ruin whatever is good. That when confronted with, against which there is very little we can do, even for the best of us. And that's no small feat. It's not easy to become one of the best of us. It takes too much for them even to be able to do nothing about it. Very little. War. Being broke and ill. What do you do if you're too sick to work, but you can't pay your medical because you're ill? Checkmate for what? Why is that? Why is someone being tortured? Even if they are a bad person, like, that's hell. I have something that we can do about it, but everybody wants to ignore the fundamental truths. We are only as strong as the health of our biggest artery in our brain, or of our heart, or what other people will allow. How terrible are they really? If you cannot get a job application, and you have to, like, there are consequences to not, like, you need something, not a wand, not like, oh, like, I feel bored without social media. No, like, you need it, and you're still denied it. What the hell then is the point of life? There are two reasonable routes to go down. We all deserve the mercy of medically assisted anesthesia into non-existence, all of us. Or we cure the human condition and the suffering baseline of reality. If you think I'm being overdramatic, you have either not suffered enough. You are somehow all good until you get something insurmountable, or you are perhaps suicidal, right? Like, and if you really are that unbothered, sorry, my nose is running and it's quite dreadful. Bro said quite dreadful for having a runny nose. That's insane. But seriously, there's no way out of here. Only an impossibility would suffice to get us through here. This stage, this phase. Why even bother putting people in jail? What if they didn't have to be that way? What if we could rewire the brain voluntarily into goodness? Every single act has to be deliberate and intentional. We have to give our all for something that no one would ever reasonably want, but we're just forced into needing. Calories? Go get them. It's hard. And then you burn them. They don't stay. Nothing about it sticks. You put a criminal in jail, another one pops up, or another one gets out, or someone else snaps. You cure a medical condition, complex, even not complex, are complex, like diabetes, that's common and has a simple cause, relatively well understood treatment. But what about ones that you barely save one person, only 8 billion more to go, and then they just die anyway? That's not fair to anyone at all. How can a psychiatrist be not around when people need them, and there's not enough of them, and far too many people, far too. Plus, the solution is subpar and incomplete. There is nothing left of anyone after we realize, oh, we were doing this backwards and wrong the whole time. I want to write an essay and deliver it, I guess, too, because no one reads anymore these days. Very few people. You don't see them. They're busy reading, so fair enough, but there are not enough people with the intelligence, morality, money, sway, and even if all of us were, it's not even clear whether we could get out of this. I mean, Einstein was incredible, right? What about our lives are different because he did something? What about Gödel? Like, his incompleteness theorem is right. Does it solve anything? It just shows, oh yeah, it's all hopeless. Maybe it is. Maybe we're in hell. Maybe that's what this world is. I mean, it would sure seem that we're in hell, right? If you have to try really hard to get something that you don't want, you have to work to suffer. And then eventually you're deprived of even your ability to suffer. Say you grow to enjoy it. That's crazy, honestly. It would make you crazy if you really thought about it. The way I put it is that the universe takes more than it gives. Then it takes what it gives and offers only that which none can truly taste. None can ever truly taste. There's this like meme or old political comic of a pipe and a rich dude and a poor dude, and he's like getting like the little drops out of there, and the other man's guzzling the water. The truth is that those guys in the world, the real actuality of it is that they are getting even less than the poor people are. So many souls lost. And it only sucks when you're in there or it's someone close to you. Eventually we all go down. It's unfair, and it would make you very resentful to realize that you are being strung along with the promise of occasional drops of good. If it was all bad, or there was no hope of escape from the horrible conditions, then we would all just exit. We're not even compelled to exist, but we do, because we're scared of the irreversible lack of it all. But why is that not just the baseline? There has to be a meaning. Otherwise, non-existing would be preferable. That would just be how it is. But it's not. We have to work really hard for something that we don't want at all, that won't save us, and even if we do triumph, we could be callously struck down by a heart attack for no reason at all. The question is, why would you ever persist whatsoever when you know that to be true? It's delusional. It's completely irrational. Nothing rational about it at all. And sometimes you're deprived and put in a vicious cycle, a loop, a catch-22, a paradox from which there is no escape. Anything tantalizing about that? We're crushed into a little stress ball for the sake of nothing. Just the most fulfilling things are fleeting. And they don't last. They don't last. We're confronted with a lot of options, and we have to go balls to the wall for a career or something, so we can appreciate what we already have. We're forced to. You would think, right, that if your life has to end, and you don't want it to, well, like that you have to die your death. You're entitled to at least have it go the way you want to, but no. The world is structured as such that not only do you have to die, but it could be random and insignificant and not at all the way not at all the way you want it to. What the fuck? How is that fair? If a person did that to you, you would be infuriated and seek their imprisonment or their perishing. But because it's reality, we think it's okay. It's a bias that we don't know what to do about. If I survive long enough, I will elaborate a lot more upon what I've already spoken about and how to escape that, but, well, let's hope I do.